There's a big construction project happening right now in Golden on a site that holds a lot of history for that city in Colorado.
Just blocks away from the Coors Brewery and on the former CoorsTek site, crews are now finding cool historic stuff in the dirt as they build anew.
Jennifer Meckles shows us what they're finding and how they're working to preserve the best of it.
Hi guys, so we all know Coors makes beer, but a second Coors family company, which started as Coors Porcelain Company and eventually became CoorsTek, they made a lot of other products right there in Golden. Back in the day, it was dinnerware, ceramics, laboratory tools. Today, it's much more modern products. But all that dirt holds a lot of Colorado history, and it's turning up for the first time in decades. There are signs of the future across several blocks of downtown Golden. Construction on a new district called Clayworks to house businesses, restaurants, even housing. But underneath all this new.
And when they dig up the dirt, what happens is all these little pieces that have been left behind pop up.
Is the hidden history of the old.
So you just walk through and you can just pick them up. So this is a piece of labware. I can tell that by a variety of reasons, but it also has our stamp, Coors USA.
Melanie Kierans is an archivist and historian for Coors, an expert not just on the brewery story, but also the other Coors business that calls Golden home, making ceramics and pottery and more.
My part in this project is to come around and collect the pieces that they found, save them, and then be able to tell the stories.
Super historic. So we're known for beer, but we also have had the ceramic almost as long as our beer company.
Darden Coors, yes, a Coors descendant, oversees this new project, where soon CoorsTek will make its global headquarters.
It's been awesome to take the time to save it and then document it, and we're excited to add it to our history and all of the artifacts that we have over our 100 years here.
Like glass bottles from the 1800s, dinnerware from Prohibition.
It's small, but you can tell it's right here. It's got this lovely blue color. And I can look at this and say, well, that's our blue rosebud.
And laboratory tools spanning decades.
Then what happened was actually World War I, and there was an embargo on German goods. And those German goods included almost all the labware that was produced and sent worldwide. So the US government said, hey, do we have any companies that will make labware here in the US? We said, sure. And actually, 20 years later, we were 90% of the domestic labware market.
And they're saving the best of what they can find so they can share this Colorado history.
And we have history that's tangible. It's not just words on a page. And that history is about people. It's about the Coors family. It's about the thousands of employees that made these products over all these years and are still part of the story. And it's part of Golden.
So some of my favorite stories is when somebody is forced to pivot, and then that pivot becomes an innovation. So here's another good story in that dirt. During Prohibition, Coors could not make beer. So instead, they started making malted milk. Across the street, the porcelain company started making the containers in which they sold the malted milk, these like porcelain white containers with their stamp on the front. That stuff's now turning up in the dirt, and also that sustained Coors during Prohibition. They couldn't make any beer.
Yeah, you got to be resourceful.
Now you know how they're right. They were made all that money. They were smart.
It's entrepreneurs through and through.
That's right.
What is like the coolest artifact that they found?
They say
Do
the
you
glass
know?
bottles from the 1800s, which is even before the porcelain company. It was like a bottling thing back in the way back day. And they're finding them not just in pieces, but in full. And so I don't know what they're going to do with them. They're still trying to figure it out. But something.
Can anyone go and like excavate?
I walked over there today. I mean, you're not supposed to go.
You dig something up? Jenny,
To be clear, do not go on a construction site without supervision. But like today, we were just walking around and there's like little pieces of white pottery everywhere, everywhere.
my gosh.
All of it. It's just in the dirt. It's wild. It's a closed toe
Yes,
situation.
of course.
Yep,
The
hard hat.
Yes.
Yep, all the things. Jenny, thank you.